What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and today we're going to be doing a pretty funny video. We're going to be talking about the worst gun ever. Now, I can't guarantee you this is the worst gun ever, but I can guarantee you this is the worst gun that I've ever bought. And I've had some stinkers. Mainly the one off the top of my head that I can think of is the Car CW380. I hated that pistol so much I didn't even do a full review on it. This one is worse. This is the Ultra 87 by Century Arms. Now, this gun has a track record of being terrible, but occasionally people say they like it, and occasionally people say it's a good budget alternative. So, I picked one up, and I was going to give it as a gift to one of my buddies who doesn't own any firearms, and he had some interest in it, and I was like, man, screw it, I'll drop the 150, I think it was 150 bucks. On this shotgun, just so you could have something all-purpose. Now, as far as the use of a gun, if you got to buy one gun, I usually suggest either a pistol that you can carry, but if you're not going to carry a pistol, I suggest buying a shotgun. Now, a shotgun can flex in a lot of different applications. Like, for example, you could hunt with this. This shotgun actually came with an 18-inch barrel, and it came with a 24-inch barrel. So all that for 150 bucks, pretty good deal, right? Wrong. Way wrong. Now, this is a Chinese-made shotgun, and any Chinese guns is really a crapshoot in my opinion. But this is a Chinese-made shotgun modeled after the Remington 870. Now, I really like the Remington 870. You haven't seen a lot of them on the channel, but I've owned a bunch of them over the years. It was actually the first gun I bought the day I turned 18. But this gun is not an 870. Even though it looks very similar and it's modeled after it, it is definitely not. What makes this the worst gun ever? Well, how about the fact that it doesn't work at all? I think my buddy fired a box of shells. I think, 25 shells in a box. And after that, we had issues pumping it. There's a reason why it's locked open here. And it's because I can't unlock it. When you cycle the action of the pump here, the bolt goes back and forth inside the receiver, which is common. That's normal, right? However, on this receiver, it just happens to be made of pot metal or something like that. Basically, it just started shearing off the tracks inside the receiver to the point to where it just started gumming up. And once we slammed it back, we couldn't get it forward because it's caught. So that not only is the metal on the receiver shearing, but the bolt is shearing also, to the point to where there's no longer any track for the pump to ride on. I know that's not very scientific, but that's basically what happened. So the reality is that this is a pump shotgun that you can't pump anymore. It got hit back and then it got stuck. Now, we beat this thing with a hammer for a little while to get it undone so we could take it apart. Then I took it to a gunsmith to get it fixed because I bought this gun for him. I wanted to make sure it worked correctly, and we heard on the internet that we could replace a lot of the internal parts with 870 parts. I guess you can, but basically once we got it open, we thought it was just the bolt, and then once we found out it was a receiver, there's really no point in changing that. So basically what we were stuck with was a gun that would not pump, and the parts to repair the gun, the gunsmith told me, not even the work he would do, but he said just the parts to repair the gun are actually worth more than the gun itself. I even looked on YouTube to try to find other reviews of this gun. The only review that I found at the time was a video of how to fix the problem that happened in my shotgun by replacing it with 870 parts, which I think is hilarious. So if it's got to be a pretty common problem, I checked some of the forums also back when I was trying to fix this firearm, and they also just all said it was a huge piece of crap. However, there was a couple that said they were going to try it anyway, and that's the reason why I'm making this video, is because I want to steer you away from this firearm as much as I possibly can. Now, for 150 bucks, that's incredibly cheap for a gun that, like a pump shotgun, kind of a do-all firearm, but I want to steer you more towards a couple of other options that I found are in a similar price range but are much higher quality. The first one is the Maverick 88. I bought a Maverick 88 6 or 7 years ago from a pawn shop. It was a police trade-in, and I think it was 125 bucks, actually cheaper than this. I used that gun the entire time I owned it and never had a single issue. Right around the same price. This is a huge piece of crap. That gun works much better. There are other models. You can get old 870s for around the same price. You can also get Stevens. The Stevens 350 is a very similar price as well. I don't have a lot of experience on that, but my point of this video is for you not to buy this gun. And if you're gonna buy a shotgun, just spend the extra 50 or 100 bucks and have a gun that you can have for the rest of your life. There's lots of 870s out there that are 30, 40 years old and they still work perfectly well. So for the extra money, get yourself a gun that you can count on, because that's the point of a home defense shotgun or even a hunting shotgun in the first place. You can count on it. So please, please, please do not buy this. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. Also, if you check the description below on lots of my videos, you'll find a link to a homeless shelter in Des Moines, Iowa that I try to support as much as possible. It's really cold out here, so if you feel like giving any money to those people, it's a youth homeless shelter. Help out those kids that are in need. Thank you.